so we're going to start in child's pose. So take your knees quite wide, sit your hips back to your heels like this, and then walk the hands forwards and try and bring your forehead to the mat. If you can't get that far, don't worry, just try and get close. Once you're down here, 3 or 4 nice big deep breaths. So we're just trying to calm the system down and release some tension from the muscles that we might have built up in our workout. So this should feel nice in your lower back, in your hips, maybe your lats and your shoulders. Just try and sink into the movement. And just let everything calm down. The breath is really important when we're doing some stretching and recovery. So one more breath. Big exhale. And come out. So come back up to kneeling. And just reset yourself. The next one we're going to do is slightly less relaxing. So if you have got a wall handy, grab a pillow or something to pad your knee, pop it against the wall, and then you're going to wedge your knee between the wall and the floor, so the back leg comes up against the wall, and then step the other leg into a lunge shape. You can keep your hands down, so everybody keep their hands down to begin with. If you don't have a wall, then we're just going to be like this, okay? Maybe you can grab the ankle or the foot with your hand. If you can't, just keep like this. You're still getting a nice stretch. If you're against the wall and your hands are down, try and sit up, okay? Pelvis should be tucked, glutes should be squeezed. Should be feeling quite a strong stretch down the front of your quad, so the leg that's pushed up against the wall and into the hips. Squeeze that glute. Lift the same arm as the leg that's against the wall. Lift it straight up, and then you can lean over. Good. And again, big deep breath. If you're shaking and this is too much, come out, okay? So this one is a bit more relaxed, but you need to be driving your hips towards the floor. If your muscles feel like they're about to snap, you're not releasing tension from them, and that's sort of the point of all of this. Okay, come out wherever you got to. Swap sides. So, knee goes between the floor and the wall. Bring the other leg into sort of lunge shape. Maybe we stay here. Driving your hips down towards the floor. Maybe you come up. And here you really need to think about squeezing your glutes, tucking the pelvis, so abs are engaged. This is an active stretch, okay? If you want more, reach your arm up, so same arm as the leg that's bent behind you. Keep that tuck, keep the glute squeezed, and you can lean over your front leg towards the side. Keep breathing. And then come out carefully. Okay, from there, come back to your mat. We're going to do a little bit of a 90-90 stretch, okay? So we're going to do something for the glutes. So come into your 90-90, which means you've got 2 right angles with the legs. Now make sure your pelvis, so the points of your pelvis, hands on hips, are sort of drawing towards the front knee. Pop your hands on the floor. You should feel a stretch if you've got a slight lean forwards through the bum muscle or glute of the leg that's out in front. So how we're holding this now is a little bit more active. If you want, you can fold over that leg and come closer to the floor. Think chest to knee, and you can just breathe here. If this isn't for you or you're not feeling it, okay, you can try lying on your back and crossing one leg over the other, and then you can draw your knee in towards you, thinking about opening that hip. These are two options if you want to stretch through your glutes. So whichever one you feel stretching, get into position and then big deep breaths. Okay, if you're in 90-90, come onto the other side. And if you're lying on your back, that one's called a reclined figure 4, swap your legs over. So 90-90 people, pelvis facing the front knee. Hands come, one hand to the knee, one hand to the foot, so we're now leaning forward a little bit. The back might feel a little bit arched, and that's actually okay. So that's just putting a bit more stretch through the glute. If you want to make it a bit more passive, then fold chest to knee. Try and keep your spine long. Because if you just, really relax too much in this one, you lose the stretch. So think spine long, and again, a little bit of anterior tilt here at the pelvis, a little bit of arch in the lower back. A couple of breaths. Now with whichever stretch you're in, coming out of it gently, back to the middle. We're going to do a little bit of a stretch for our adductors, so the muscles on the inside of our thighs. So best way for me to show you this is probably side on. So what I want you to do is take your knees really, really wide, so probably wider than a mat. Come down to your elbows, heels are in line with your knees, okay? And then you push your bum back towards your heels. You might be here, right? And it's stretching, that's fine. You might be on your elbows and it's stretching. If it's not though, just stick your bum back. Try not to arch your back. So now we're back to a neutral or flat spine. Just going to sit into this. Feel a stretch in the groin, inside of the legs. And try and breathe. This one's not as comfortable as some of the other stretches. Again, check in with your back. Bum shouldn't be sticking in the air, should be quite neutral, abs engaged. One more breath. And now move carefully out of this one because it can feel a bit funky. So come forwards, up onto your hands, one knee in, then the other. And then last one, we're just going to do a little bit of an active stretch for our thoracic spine. So, come to lie down. I hope you can see me okay doing this one. So lying on your back, I want you to hug your right knee into your chest and then let it drop over to the other side. Actually, if you have a block or a cushion, you can have your knee on top of that. So now we're on our side. Top leg is bent. Pop your left hand on your right knee, and then with your right arm, you're going to reach across and really stretch, and try and trace a circle all the way around. If you can keep your hand on the floor, good for you, I can't. Big circle. And then again, reaching across, away, circle all the way around your head. Try and keep that knee pressing down towards the floor. It should feel super nice between your shoulder blades. One more. Big stretch forwards. Make that circle. Hopefully your mobility is going to be a bit better as we go through. I can keep my hand down now all the way. And then back to the middle. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So if you've got a block or something, swap sides. So left knee pulls into tummy or chest. Roll that over. Come onto your side. Prop the knee up if you've got something. You can put it on a foam roller as well, that works. And then right hand comes to left knee. Lying on our side, reach left hand across the body and draw that big circle up and around. Oh, so you might be tighter one side than the other. It's fine, just be aware of it. Reach across and then draw a big circle. So chest opens. Good, one more. Start with that big reach across. Draw circle. And all the way around. Okay. Oh, nice. Come up to a seat. And then let's just do a little bit through the neck and we'll be finished. So I'm going to kneel if you prefer to be sat cross-legged, or if you prefer to be on a chair, no problem. So however you like to sit, let's just do a big stretch up. And then grab the back of the head and gently pull chin to chest. So you're just adding a tiny bit of weight, not much. Try not to collapse, okay? Keep the chest up. You're just bringing your chin to your chest. Should feel a nice stretch down the back of the neck. Breathe into it. Okay, release carefully. Take one hand to the floor. One hand reaches up to the opposite ear. And then you just again apply a little bit of weight to draw ear to shoulder. Now you should feel a nice stretch down the side of the neck. With the hand that's on the floor, if you push away, you'll get a bit deeper of a stretch. But you might not need it, it might be deep enough already. Couple of breaths. Release. Swap arms. So think ear to shoulder. Again, don't collapse. Keep the chest open. If you want a bit more, push that hand away. Big deep breaths. Last one. And release. Then big stretch up, breathe in. And let it all go. Okay, good. So that's just a little cool down sequence that's nice to do after one of our workouts.